I don't use silicone plugs. I use a wax seal to prevent any liquid from getting into the drain hole. This is drilled just on one side, so I don't have to worry about the top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this, create a seal around, and then fill it in. I use a Manual Kistka. I don't use electrics, but it works exactly the same way regardless of what tool you use. I like the first go around to be not completely hot so that the wax is a little thicker. So sometimes you have to let it cool off a little bit. And I just go around the rim and I refer to it sort of like a weld. Let it thicken up a little bit. And wax likes to stick to wax. And I hold it over here to let this cool. Now, the next thing I'm going to go is I'm going to go actually on the inside and let it puddle up a little bit. See how that's a little bit thicker now? This is one way. I'm going to show you two ways. This is one way where you build a layer, let it cool, a ring around, like ring around the rosy. That was too hot, so I melted the ring. This method works best when you have a less regular ring. So a ring that has been built by not a drill, but a ring that was perhaps created by using a needle or a nail or a thumbtack. And see how that just all of a sudden filled in? I wait for it to completely cool off, and then I go back in and I go over it because that's just a thin layer of wax. We want it to be sturdy enough where there's absolutely no way that moisture can get in there, whether it's acid etching or dye, it doesn't matter. Okay, so the other way, and this is the way that I do it more often, because I'm not a patient person, is I do the same thing. So go around. And to be clear, one way is not better than the other. Although, with larger eggs, this is the better way, because there's no way you can do the first way on an emu egg, an ostrich egg, a rhea egg. It's too much of a space. So I make that seal, that weld. Now I go in to my wax and just get a piece. I roll it into a ball with my fingers. Wax is soft. You can maybe do it. Roll it into a ball and then flatten it a little bit. Put it onto the top. It will stick to that weld. Heat up your tool. And again, you're seeing that I don't have a lot of wax in there. I don't need it. There's plenty of wax right here. And you want to go inside of your welds. You don't need to go on the outside. You want as little as possible. Now I heard a little pop. That's good. If you hear that little pop, that means you sealed it. And I go over the top and fill it in. You saw how it just settled a little bit? That's fine. Now it takes a little bit longer for the wax to cool off because you have a thicker piece there. Then I just go around and make sure I can feel shell around the outside. It's really important that since you're covering it up, you can't always see it. Make sure that you can feel the shell around the outside and that it's sealed. You want to make sure that this is smooth and glossy like that. You saw how I used the tip like that, not the top where the wax comes out. I use the side to smooth it out. No pinholes. We don't want any pinholes because then liquid can get in there. And that's beautiful. It's nice and smooth. It's still a little bit warm, but it's nice and smooth. That way it's not going to rub on your finger. And that is how you put a wax seal on an egg. 2 ways. 2 ways. Thank you.